How was that like the thought process of like, you know what? I'm not gonna go to university. I'm actually gonna be committed to be an entrepreneur and do this. Like, was it a hard conversation you had with your parents?
I mean,
I know
I
being Asian
think
parents, yeah, it might be.
yeah, it was not easy, I would say, right? Because my dad was like someone who went to UCLA, which is like one of the top schools like in America. So it was a very difficult conversation. I think my initial thought process was like AP Collective fully started in October 2023. And I spent the 2 years sort of proving myself that like one, I'm able to understand this new niche and able to kind of prove myself, which is where I spent my first year building experience working within crypto, working within like a crypto marketing incubator, because like I think a lot of my experience before AP Collective, I was a CMO of like a marketing incubator. Before that, I was someone, at a very young age who started as an intern and became like one of the most valuable employees at like a venture studio, essentially. So like I've always sort of been on like the growth marketing side of crypto. And that was sort of where like a lot of my areas of expertise came in, and then learn how to trade and things like that. So it sort of was like, hey, I basically have a 6 months window to prove to myself that like, and prove to myself and my parents that like I can make an argument that it makes sense for me to not go to school, right? Because the first decision was like, hey, I'm not dropping out of university. I'm just taking a gap semester, right? Then the gap semester takes a
uh,
second gap semester. Then it's like, hey, parents, like, hey, like it's too logical of
I'm
an
making
argument
money,
to
right? Stuff like that.
to
Yeah.
yeah to like, hey, like here's a logical like argument that it makes sense for me to double down on this. And then it reaches a certain point that it becomes like undeniable, that it's like, okay, this makes sense. Because like when you do small little gestures like, hey parents, I got the bills this month, they're like, oh, okay, right? And then
Wow.
it sort of like scales from that further, where it's like, okay, something's going right. I don't really need to understand what's going on. um